Okay guys, I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about this camo pattern that I'm wearing. This is basically what we call as the woodland camo pattern. Okay, so woodland basically was very popular in the late 80s and early 90s with the US military. More on the Spec Ops. Spec Ops means Special Operations Team, and this pattern holds very close to my heart. That's why I'm still wearing it after 25 years in the market. Anyways, I'm gonna take you to a journey why I'm wearing this also, from the real world to the fictional world in the world of the Predators. So in Predator, I think everybody knows in 1987, yeah, that was the year where the movie Predator kind of came out with Arnold Schwarzenegger as a leading actor. And they had some good cast, very good cast, like say Bill Duke was there, then there was Shane Black, Carl Weathers. So what happened was there was a lot of perception on if this movie would do very well, because 80s are known as one of those era where you're making so many movies that are slightly sci-fi and unrealistic, because this was the transition phase, right? When Predator dropped, before anybody knew, there was a very famous actor known as Jean-Claude Van Damme that was supposed to play the Predator character. But I think they totally crapped that slot, and then they took another actor, unknown actor, to play the Predator. So the whole story goes with a group of special operations team. They went to South America to rescue some hostages, and initially before that operation there was another group of special operation team that was sent to the same mission, but they got lost. So for that they sent the team led by Arnold. I think his name was Dutch in the movie.
You're looking good, Dutch. It's been a long time, General.
And there was also another CIA operative. I think he was played by Carl Weathers. Okay, so these forces combined together and they went to rescue the people. What they encountered in the jungle, when it became from a rescue mission to more like a survival, and survival not just for ordinary people, survival of the best forces in the world. So what happened was they encountered this creature that they started understanding the patterns, and they knew that they were being hunted. So this is basically a movie that set the tone for how good movies are supposed to be made, mixed with action. Mixed with memorable dialogues.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
You're one ugly motherfucker.
Knock, knock.
One of the most unforgettable scenes, still relevant to these days. Predator for me holds very close to my heart. In 1990, this movie came out called Predator 2. So Predator 1 happened in the jungles, and then it moved to the city. Though the connecting dots were, both are jungle. One is the natural jungle and one is the concrete jungle. The concrete jungle happened in, I think, the city of Los Angeles. And then the Predator over there was hunting drug lords. Okay. So tying the two movies together, it had a lot of basic similarities in terms of how there is a code of honor between the hunter and the prey. Right? So this kind of made a very interesting watch, because the movie had gore, right? It had action, it had famous actors.
As much as it's going to piss you off, you're going to have to play the game on this one.
Now you get the hell out of here.
The first movie was directed by, I think, McTiernan. I forgot the full name. So he directed movies like Die Hard. So, I had faith in that. And then as a kid, every time I watched The Trees, I would think that the Predator is watching me, right? And after Predator 2, there was a hiatus. Nobody could remake the movie. Fast forward to somewhere 2003, I was, I think, maybe in my early teens. My father used to buy this magazine called PC World. So in PC World, there used to be a CD, and in that CD, there used to be all the new releases of games and movie trailers. And surprisingly, in the movie trailer section, I found this short film. It's called Batman Dead End or something. That was the name of the title. So as I was watching it, the movie started with Batman with his gray suit. Reminded me of Arkham Knights, very Mark Miller, very dark movie setting. And then what happened was there was Joker that was running away from Arkham Asylum, and then Batman was following that. And then as Joker was interacting with Batman, Joker kind of got taken away by an alien. And then as Batman realized that the Joker is dead, he saw the Predator, and Batman was actually fighting the Predator. Batman actually defeated the Predator, and then he realized when he looked up, he saw the Xenomorph. All right, so that was the connection between how Batman Alien, and then you have Predator. I think after that nobody made this movie about predators. I think somewhere between 2010. That's where I heard that Robert Rodriguez, he was also the director of Sin City. So Sin City is again a very beautifully made movie, right? When I read that, okay, Robert Rodriguez is kind of making a movie, I just figured, okay, this movie could be good. And at that time I was dating, so I went with my girlfriend to watch the movie. The movie takes you to the Predator world just from the get-go. Adrian Brody is falling down, right? And in this world, they have another 10 more characters, but these 10 characters were all different because they were like soldiers, they were mercenaries, they were drug warlords. It kind of took the character out of Earth to a new planet. And this was like the whole new take on Predator, saying that, okay, why should the Predator always come to Earth for hunting? Where they can take the hunt from the Earth and take it to another planet, so that if I was a hunter, I would get bored very quickly if I'm just going to the same battlefield again and again, right? So that's where I know the story took a different turn, and I really, really loved that movie. From Predator original, I think this would be my second best, and so far I have not had third until that time. As a gamer also, I was playing a lot of video games, and I was trying this Alien versus Predator games, and oh my god, that was so bad, okay? The game felt nauseous. I mean, it was all dark. You can't really play the game as a fun game because I am a first-person shooter kind of a person. Somewhere after the Alien versus Predator games came, I think they also kind of simultaneously launched the Alien versus Predator franchise. And again, I just saw one and I swore to myself, the franchise is dead. Gaya. Nobody's going to make this movie ever again. And if they tried also, like, it wouldn't be as good as the Arnold one where, I can still rewatch it. So I've given up the hope. I think 2018, yeah. That's where they said they're trying another take on Predator. So I was just feeling hopeful because the trailer looked nice.
Do you know what my job description is? I'm in acquisitions. I look up and I catch what falls out of the sky.
Because I had a habit where if the trailer is good, I go first day, first show to the cinema halls and I watch it. Okay? And then I typically choose cinema halls where there is less crowd. And it's because I want to enjoy in that big screen. Feel the sound, feel the effects. At that time, Key and Peele was very popular in YouTube as well. I think it was just picking up. Peele was there in the movie. So I was just thinking, hey, how come a comedian is going to be in an action movie? That's like out of place. When I saw the movie, that movie was everywhere. There's a predator that is not smart. There's a predator that's like dumb and very big and strong. And there's also a predator technology that is like an Iron Man for predator, right? So I'm just thinking, what is going on, man? It's like either fight humans or alien versus human. But this movie was all over the place. The movie bombed and tanked at the box office. Everybody was kind of hating on that movie. If you go to any YouTube channel, people say that was garbage, literal garbage. After giving up all hopes, I completely forgot about that. And suddenly, after COVID, this rumor goes on saying that Hulu is coming up with a new Predator, taking us back to about 400 years. Because I think in Predator 2, you must have seen at the end, there was this memorabilia for the aliens, right? They have the skulls for every hunt that they have done. And then that kind of took us in a journey that I know that these guys are hunting for a long time. But the only question in my head was like, humans have progressed, even if I say 1940s to 2025 right now, TVs have become this from this small. So that means we have progressed as human beings, and aliens are using the same technology again and again. What is this, right? If they are superior, they should have made more better alien technology, right? So it doesn't make sense. So I think the directors were kind of going by, okay, let's do this fresh. Let's go back 300 years. Sabko like bhula do kya ho gaya pehle se. And then like, let's take this character back 300 years. And then this will not be the same predator like everybody has seen, right? So this will be what we call feral predator. He is just new in hunting. He puts in the earth and then see how he discovers and how he equips himself, trains himself to become a better hunter, right? The movie started off in, I think, 17th century where, the French were colonizing North America back then. And there were these actual Indians, like the Red Indians, we call it, right? Comanche hunters. And then for the first time, the director must have said, we have done with this masculinity, and then this was the talk of internet, right? Male masculinity, toxic masculinity, whatever you want to call it, right? So let's put a female character on it, and this female character will be the lead. Let's see if it makes money or not. I think that must be the thought process behind the directors and the producers. So they put in a female character. Luckily, this female character was not your typical beautiful, and people would say like, put a hot girl and let's see if people buys a ticket. No, it was just something actual Indian American. I mean, like a Comanche, put in the character of that. And then I think that they took the story really well, because in that movie what happened was 1710 human technology was at its very nascent stage. There was what we call flintlock guns where you put gunpowder and then you aim and shoot, right? And then you have the Comanches that you have to shoot arrows, but these were very skilled hunters. So as the predator lore, you always think about the prey and the hunter, right? So he came to Earth. I think the movie community calls it the feral hunter because he's also discovering his skills, and the technology is also very different from what we have seen earlier. The visor that he has is very different, and also it's more brute force rather than intelligence, because in the Arnold series you see the predator being very smart. Even in the Predators, Adrian Brody, the predators are very smart, right? Because they have evolved and learned themselves to hunt and how to hunt, right? Use actual good technology to hunt. And I think the movie Prey, and it's also moving away from the predator naming convention. So for the first time, a female character actually wins, defeats the predator. Now from a logic standpoint, how is it possible? It's not brute force, okay? It was basically common sense that one basically defeated the predator, because predator could actually kill a bear with his bare hands, right? And this is just a lady who's like basically 40-45 kilograms, and how could he defeat that kind of a monster, right? So Prey did very well. I thought it was a very good movie. Would I have it as a collectible, or would I keep it as, one of my repeat watch movies? No, maybe I'll watch it 2 times. That's it, enough, right? So that's where I think, the Predator franchise kind of got a revamp and then a new take, new fresh approach. And suddenly, so there's this movie reviewer that I really, really enjoy watching, and his name is Chris Stuckman. So Chris Stuckman says, have you seen the movie from Hulu, the animated series, Killers of Killers, The Predator? I'm like, oh, I've heard about it. Then I watched the review. I didn't see the spoilers. And it says like, this could be probably one of the best Predator movie after the original Predator. Or it could be better. Again, one of my favorite, if not the second favorite. So what happens in that trailer is, it's what we call an anthology. It's like a 3-part series. So first happens in the Viking era, right? So that is like thousands of years before, the current civilization. And then you have the feudal Japan era, where, the samurai cultures are there, and then you have the World War II era. So we're not going to the future. Right? So in the Viking era, Vikings were known as warriors back then. Like, they are known for hunting, killing people, destroying villages, right? So I think the Predator back then, they must have seen that, okay, this human civilization at this moment is a formidable force. Let's go and fight. First scene, the Predators were not very honorable, because they were also discovering their fighting methods, code of honor. So they were just killing everyone and everything, right? But then again, in the end, they still carried that Predator lore of not seeing in cold, right? Because every Predator series, the Predators cannot see if you are cloaked in mud or if you hide your body temperature, right? And in that movie, so I just realized that the Predator were all brawn Predator, like the big ones, right? So they defeated it, but every time you defeat a Predator, the smart Predator will take actually the killer of the Predator and they'll put it in the arena just for a future fight, alien cage. Coming back to the feudal Japan, again, this is some of the best choreographed fight scenes in an animated series, right? The Predators actually going up against ninjas and samurais, right? Well choreographed fights. And over there also, once the Predator gets defeated, they take the winner and they take it to the alien cage. And in that, I think, episode, that's where I first saw the cloaking device of the Predator, where they can actually hide. And then they can just come, uncloak themselves and show themselves when an actual fight goes down, right? And coming back to World War II, that's where the first time in Predator history I've seen a Predator flying a spacecraft. It's World War II, right? So there are a lot of fighter planes. So it could be true. We never know what happened in the Bermuda Triangle. Nobody knows, right? So actually the humans were fighting the alien spacecraft. Good fight scenes. And then the winner, it was a complete surprise. He was not even a pilot in that movie, actual pilot, not an actual Air Force guy. And they took him, and then in the end, they all take the winners, and the boss alien wants to see who is the ultimate champion, so that the boss can pick who is the best of the best, and he fights the best of the fight. But as human, we always come together when in the times of trouble. So all 3 of them came together, and somehow they escaped the alien planet. And this is where the most beautiful line I have ever heard in the Alien franchise. It says, go out in the world and find and be the killers of killers, right? So that's where the title, really resonated with me. Now I think we have Badlands coming up.
Welcome to the most dangerous planet in the universe. You're here to prove yourself.
The trailer kind of gave me, saying that this is a fresh take. I thought it would be a woke Predator, but the trailer is giving me mixed emotion right now. They are kind of again merging with the Wayland Yutani group, so that there's a hint that there could be an Alien versus Predator maybe in the future, and this is how the Alien franchise will kind of progress. But I don't know, I still like my old Predator series, and this is the journey of Predator. I don't know what you guys think about it.